some hockey music for me, like when you start with the thing? We should have planned that before I got here. Good morning. Welcome to the November 26th CONFAB. Glad to have you all with us today. It's not? I usually don't get it right, and I think I got this one right. But I think I'm wrong now. My bifocals. All right, I'm going to read as best I can for some of this stuff. All right, where was I? I'm not sure where, but welcome. Glad to have you with us, and we will roll through our agenda here today. You'll see the rebroadcast schedule for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you'll also see on our resident website at your own time. You can get on and see that when you would like. So please use that website and continue to use that. Call-in number is 6304. And we'll go to Catch Me at My Best. So do we have either recipients in here? I see a Glenda back there. And Colton in here as well? Betty Blue, you're not Colton. Don't raise your hand. Glenda Thompson. While setting up for a performance in the Commons, I noticed the piano was in the wrong place and in the wrong position. Glenda was walking by and saw me struggling to move it. She stopped and assisted me and noticed the piano bench was the wrong one. Glenda picked it up and exchanged it for the correct one. She is a gem. Glenda, congratulations. All right, Colton, next. All right, you have to bear with me. Colton Mullins. I've been coming to PT for several months regarding a knee replacement surgery. It has been a very painful experience. However, I feel blessed to have found Westminster and Colton. He has been so patient and kind to answer all my questions and fears. Every visit, I was made to feel I was important and that my leg would feel better. I believe Colton took the time to listen and guide me through each exercise. November 14th is my last day of PT. I thank Colton and the entire staff who greeted me every visit. I will be passing the word to everyone I come in contact with what a great place to come to therapy. My leg is better and I feel I will get better and stronger each day. Thank you, Westminster and Colton, for a great experience and for the care and concern I've received at this campus. Colton Mullins. All right, and then this time we have some honorable mentions as well. So you have Zay up in 6th floor Harshside, Tia Coles up there as well, Deborah Goen up there as well, Carolyn Thomas in therapy, Jennifer Wodika in assisted living, Kathleen Manito dining services, and Chad in dining services. So congratulations to them. They were submitted, but not one of the two selected. So keep up the great work and thank you.
Merry Christmas! One more time! One more time! Oh my goodness, what happened to that snowman?
Well, we're ready for the elf here. Frosty the snowman didn't last too long last year. Those longer nights but warmer days made him think that spring was near. Frosty the snowman knew his time with us was short, so he gifted his time to the grounds crew team and requested their support. Swishity splash, swishity splash, look at Frosty glow. Swishity splash, over the melting snow. There must have been some magic in the work the grounds crew planned. For when they checked the campus out, they began to understand. So Frosty the Snowman knew his work wouldn't be in vain. As he melted away, you could hear him say, "It's now time for the grounds crew rain." Swishity splash, swishity splash, look at Frosty go. Swishity splash, swishity splash, over the melting snow.
Thank you, ladies. We've had 4 presentations over these last 4 months, so I want to take a few minutes here and recognize the singers and a couple of other people. We appreciate them all. The singers were Langard McCarthy, Ann Richards, Alice Smart, Elizabeth Gardner, Phil Brown, Mike Garcia, Bill Gale, Robin Wood, Darrell Yoder, and Bill Hetzel. We also want to thank our pianist, organizer, and director of the music, Judy Schultz. And for this particular presentation, especially our poet, which is probably not here today, Annette Loesch. She wrote all the words for this one. She wrote many of the words for the last one and cleaned up my words on the first 2. So we certainly appreciate it. We want to thank Santa. We won't say his name right now, but his elf, Michael. And I also want to thank Angela, because she's the one that helps me to be able to get these pulled together. Let's give them all a big hand. Margaret, your turn.
First of all, it's hard to follow singers. I can't sing at all, so you're just going to have to listen to my words. I'm representing the Employee Christmas Fund. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you who have donated to that fund. It's the only way, other than the monthly awards, that we can recognize the incredible service that we receive. I have never been any place where people learned your name faster. I can't remember names of my sister, much less than these employees. They're incredible. All gifts that we have received to date have been acknowledged. We still have 1 week left till November 30th to receive donations. And I thank you if you have already donated, and if you're still thinking about it, come on. We will be giving the gifts at the employee Christmas party, and we anticipate that the gifts will be equal to or slightly larger than last year. Yay for everyone. We have solicited gifts from everyone in the community, the residents, the people in healthcare, the people in assisted living, responsible parties for those who are in healthcare, and members of Canterbury and Azalea Club. So I think we've done a great job getting almost to the finish line, but remember, the finish line isn't until next Wednesday. So let's enjoy the party and let's celebrate our great employees.
How much have we collected to date?
We have collected $301,000, which matches last year.
It's not on. You can turn it on. Yeah, we're done. No more songs? Yeah, but it's not on. Turn it on.
I've got not only a tough act to follow, but a tough slide to follow. I mean, I've been introduced many times, but nothing like this. And I did try to look around in the background. I didn't find my image back there. First one. Participation. This is a participatory community. And I know you've heard me say that before, and I'm going to say it again. But that is what makes us successful and helps us to be refreshed. And this seems like an overkill. Boy, talk about participation. Look at this scene up here. But it really represents our community here. You can't go out of your apartment or your cottage without seeing some of our folks participating in something. That's in the daytime, nighttime, anytime you walk around here, you see our folks participating. And of course, you see our wonderful employees participating. So we've just witnessed you all participating by your contributions. And there's so many ways. I'm looking at folks out here. I see a lot of you on our various committees, on the council and so forth. It's a participatory organization. And the council is going to be sending out a request, a survey really, to see if any of you all are interested in participating in our 12 committees next year. So that'll be coming out soon. Next one, Andrew. Next one's an invitation, and that's next week. That's our annual resident association meeting. That'll be in here. And I will be giving a report there. And then following the report, the next one is up to you all. Action on your part. You'll be asked to vote for 3 folks who take positions on the resident council next year. So you'll be electing 3 individuals from a field of 6. We've got a great cast of candidates this year, and you'll be asked to vote for 3 of them. And you've been seeing all that information in the weekly schedules for the last 3 weeks. And please look at that wonderfully presented, professionally presented board out here with our 6 candidates for the election to the resident council. So you're encouraged to vote, just like we were all encouraged to vote on November 5. You all are encouraged to vote on December 3, anywhere from right after the coming meeting to 3 o'clock that day. So please participate like you've been doing all along.
That's fitting. Not sure how to take that.
In the nicest way possible.
Which one am I? Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody to start with. I got a building services report for you today. Let's jump right into it. So if you visit the pool or the James River Grill, you'll see that Security Lock and Key has installed push-button door operators. Good. Glad they're working well. We've had success with those other parts of the campus, so hoping for the same there. The public restrooms on Creekside 3rd floor have new vanities and stall dividers. Should be wrapping that up, just touching up some paint today. Get that wrapped up and open back up. Larry Thomas Jr., along with some other folks in coordinating and picking out colors and whatnot, began some work in memory support in the common area, doing some painting, flooring, kitchen cabinets. Lynchburg City Fire Marshal was here on October 24th and inspected the assisted living building with no deficiencies found. It's always a fun time. Fiscal year 25, a few of the larger projects, capital projects, of course, a big one, modernization of elevators 5 and 6 in the Riverside building. We're still slated to start in January for that. Just made a call yesterday to confirm. Appreciate your patience as we work through issues there.
rebuilding of chiller number 2. We rebuilt chiller number 1 last winter, looking to do the same to chiller number 2 this winter. And then a new DOAS unit in Woods Edge building. That's a dedicated outdoor air supply. That's on slate as well. Moving outside, you've probably seen a new face out there. Please welcome Alex to the grounds crew. Excited to have him. Aeration and overseeding, we completed that in the month of October. Irrigation last week, if you were walking around outside and saw the sprinkler heads up, blowing a bunch of air. And they work too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blowing all the water out of those so they don't freeze during the winter. And we'll be opening it up again next spring. Some people call it the irrigation. Some people call it the irritation system. So, leaf removal, of course, working through that. There are a few trees here on campus, so we appreciate your patience with that. And Christmas lights, trying to get that wrapped up this week, and so we can do our lighting ceremony this upcoming Monday, I believe. I know it's a little early for some of that stuff to go up, so we had to get in the guy's schedule when he could get here, so appreciate your patience in that. And I just know it's going to be beautiful. Riverside parking deck, a couple notes here that I don't have on the screen. Noticed in the last heavy rain we got, it's, I don't know that it has never not leaked a little bit, but it's really coming through. So we got with Jamerson Lewis and the contractors, and they were looking, you probably saw information go out yesterday about work to start Monday and Tuesday of next week. After looking at the forecast again, it's going to be pretty cold those 2 days. So look for an update to come out possibly later today, postponing that work. But we are on it. Another not so happy thing to talk about, but I'm sure many of you know Tammy in our office, administrative assistant. Her last day with us will be 1/3/25. 1/3/25. Yeah. She's accepted another opportunity that aligns more with her professional goals. Of course, we're sad to lose her, but happy for her and excited for her. So if you see her, please wish her well. Sorry to end on that. That's all I've got. Any questions? Yes, sir.
The Woods Edge ground floor door that's controlled by the FOB does not work 1 out of 2 times for me, although my FOB works everywhere else.
Okay.
And I've gotten to the point where I have to grab the door and pull.
Okay. All right. That's it might be related to the access control there, and I see David standing in the back, so we'll connect on that.
It was just my insulin pump. I'm good.
Hey, Matt, I'm on the, where am I? Brookhaven on the 7th floor, and the last couple of weeks, notice it's taking a long time for the water to heat up. Are y'all aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We've been trying to run water in the housekeeping closets on each floor. Long story short, I don't know, it's been 2 weeks now. We made a repair in our boiler room to the domestic hot water heater. In doing so, you introduce air into the lines, which sometimes has to be bled out floor by floor. So yes, we have had a couple calls on that, and we're trying to work through it. Basically, all we do is just go run a lot of hot water on that floor. And you're on floor 7?
7.
Okay. All right, thank you. We'll keep eye on it, and please call us if you have an issue.
All right, thank you.
Anything else? Happy Thanksgiving.
Good morning. Is it hot in here or am I having a hot flash? Not sure. Sean is too, so I don't feel like it's just me. Just a few items. Next week, we will have our final session of transitions for this year.
And we have been very pleasantly surprised by the attendance, the interest and engagement. So thank you all for coming. I think we've had about 55 to 60 people each session, which is really good for us, and especially a topic like that. In January, we will have Kathy Livesey from Bank of the James come to present on financial exploitation of the senior population. And as you well are aware, I'm sure, and it might have happened to you, scams are rampant in our day and age, and we need to be hyper-vigilant in prevention of that. So please attend if you can. Also in the new year, we will be conducting safety visits in every resident apartment and cottage. Our team looks for any potential safety hazards and at the overall condition of your residence. So we will get a schedule out here in the next month or so. And then I know I've reported this quite a few times over the last 6 months to a year, but we do have a new employee in our Drinkard Salon, Laura Ferris. She comes to us from the Acorn Salon down the street, and she has 20 years of experience. We think we got the right person this time. She is wonderful. So if you want to try her out, feel free to go by the Drinkard Salon or give a call, and they will schedule you in. We also just did some training, some nail training yesterday with a salon owner from down the street, and so we're hoping that will improve our nail times, pedicures and manicures, sorry. And then lastly, you may have noticed that there are fewer signs in the elevators these days. They were getting pretty out of control. We have gone back to our policy of just advertising in-house programs. And as there were so many signs up, it was hard to take it all in your short ride from the first floor to the third floor. So this also saves paper, ink, and money. We always welcome your feedback on that. If you have any issues with that, just let us know. Any questions for me? All right, I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Good morning, and happy Thanksgiving week. Last week, a group of us gathered here as a part of the Embracing Mindfulness Week. It really was 2 weeks that Denise and the wellness staff headed up and invited me to be a part of. We did a session on mindfulness and journaling, and specifically about gratitude. And I'm not going to recap the entire thing, but just share with you that in this season of gratitude, there are there's several studies, especially out of UC Berkeley by a guy named Robert Emmons, about the science of gratitude and how it improves not just your emotional and mental health, but also your physical health. So as we move into this week of thankfulness, may we all take time to pause and be truly grateful, because it's not just a good thing to say thanks and to give thanks, but to have that attitude of gratitude, and it will help improve your health. I can almost guarantee it. I can guarantee it, I guess, but there's no real guarantee. Never mind. As we approach December, the first Sunday of Advent is this week. And so we are entering into not just Thanksgiving, but Advent and Christmas, and as well as other religious holidays, Hanukkah being one of them, Kwanzaa among other things. And so we want to continue to celebrate authentically who we are, but also respect those who may celebrate in different ways. And remember that we're coming up on the most joyous, the most wonderful time of the year. But what if it's not? In a community like this, many of us, if not most of us, in some ways will experience either grief that is really fresh around the holidays, or grief that we've processed and it will surprise us that it comes right back. And so I just want to make mention of that it's okay if it's not always the most wonderful time of the year. I have here, it's from this a book, a resource called Every Moment Holy. And this is a liturgy for the hardship of holidays and special days. I can make you a copy, I can email you a copy, but there's also on the Spiritual Life page of the Resident website, I just uploaded at 10:28 a copy of this. Now I realize this may not speak to everybody. It may not be a resource that you may want, but maybe there is someone that you can share this with. It's a relatively lengthy prayer, but just recognizing the complexity of grief in a season that is supposed to be joyful. And so I share that with you. If you'd like a copy and you're not a tech-savvy person, let me know. I'll gladly print you a copy. If you have trouble accessing it on the internet, I'll email it to you or print it or bring it to you if you would like it. I'm sure there are other resources out there as well. I'm about to be done. Christmas Eve is on a Tuesday this year, December 24th. We will have 2 Christmas Eve services. We will have one at 10 a.m. on the mezzanine. Anyone is invited to that, but that is, of course, geared mostly for our residents in assisted living, healthcare, and memory support. And so we will celebrate Christmas Eve at 10 a.m. on the mezzanine, and we will also celebrate Christmas Eve at 3 p.m. In the chapel. I'm excited. My mom and dad will be here, and I've asked my mom to play the piano for us. Payback for all those times that when I came home from college and she made me do something at church. So it will be a wonderful, exciting time, but it's also in the afternoon, which leaves open if you would like to go to a service in the community, or if you have plans with your family, or you just want to get in bed earlier so that Santa comes sooner, or whatever it may be. But anyway, in the season of gratitude, I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for this community. I'm here for you however I can be a friend on the journey. Thanks.
And William, I'm going to give you my report next time since you enjoy it up here. So, and do a great job with it. Want to thank the group of folks up here with the Resident Christmas Fund. Just another great year of raising funds for our staff. And as you can imagine, this time of year, it's very much appreciated by all those folks. And you'll get to see that appreciation when we have our party in a few weeks. But there's a lot of cheerleading, there's a lot of counting, there's a lot of direction with putting all this together, and I thank everyone involved, so really appreciate it. Parking, so working on a letter for parking, and I know it's always a sore spot, and we need to do better from a staff standpoint, but I think we can all do better. And some people still live here, don't have decals. We would hope you get a decal. If you have a handicap sticker, please place that in your window when you are parking in a handicap spot. I'll take it a step further, and sometimes this is probably not popular, but just to say, if my wife and I have a handicap sticker because I am handicapped, if my wife's mostly driving the car, she probably shouldn't be parking in a handicap spot if she's capable and able. I know everybody doesn't probably like to hear that. But this letter, we're going to work on probably multiple letters. Obviously, visitors, we need to get them parking in visitor parking spaces and not in the C lots or in the parking decks or other places. Canterbury Club members in Azalea, we're still trying to work out details for where those folks park. I would think the Canterbury Club will be visitors. Azalea Plan members are residents of Westminster Canterbury, so we're trying to figure out exactly how we ask those people to park when they come on campus. Obviously, our staff, we need to get better at getting them out from behind the Drinkard building. We need to get our sitters also parking where our staff, where we park. They always don't do that. We try to let the staffing agencies know that we need them to do better as well and just not park wherever they want. So know that we are working on this and we'll do better and need everyone's help. Even to the point when you have friends come over, and I'm not picking on bridge players, but if you're playing bridge, tell your friends to park in visitor spaces, not to park, in the upper C lot or things like that. So I think all of us we're working on this message can make things better. I know with holidays coming, it's going to be worse. When your family comes, they're visitors. Get them parking in visitor space. Moving on from parking. Parking deck. My friend Paul back there, when it rained a lot, decided to go around town and started looking at some parking decks and found that we're not the only parking deck that leaks in town. We are going to do our best with more caulk, but for people that have played with caulk, leaving it on the parking deck, it's going to be 120 degrees out there sometimes. It's going to be 0 degrees. I don't think there's many caulk products in the world that are meant to seal up that parking deck and make it drip free. And we will try a better product and hopefully it'll work, but I would also say just be careful and watch where you're parking because there's joints there. And we just make sure. Some of us like our cars more than others. I've got a lot of older vehicles that I don't worry about, but there are some really nice cars out there. And just would say, you know, when you're parking, look at joints in addition to trying to find an open space, and just beware of that. The Christmas lights, just to follow up with Matt, I know there are different traditions of Presbyterian Episcopalians on when lights come on and wreaths go up and when they all go down. I've got neighbors who put their Christmas tree out at about 4 o'clock on the 25th. I would love to see us snow in early January with our lights on, so I don't know how long this person is going to need to keep lights up and when they have to collect them and put them away, but we'll do our best, and I appreciate your patience with that, and we'll try to honor as many traditions as possible when it comes to lights. But lights do look nice. COVID. You'll notice different people around here with some masks, with some signs on their doors. We're still seeing it. I would imagine as we go through, we will continue to see people with COVID. We just ask you to be careful. If your health's compromised, please just keep that in mind when you're in larger groups. And I think that is mostly what I have. That would be it. I'll open up the floor.
We're not done.
I lied. All right, so sometimes people say, where do I submit Catch Me at My Best? So there are collection boxes located to nominate team members. They are near the mailboxes in the main lobby, and the bridge by the Memorial Rose table, on a table in the drinker lobby by the elevator in the Harshside building lobby. You can also send your nomination via email to Courtney Williamson. Will we get this on the resident website? Or is it already there? We will try to get this on the resident website. But we will work on that. And then there's also the Westminster Canterbury website. So there's a couple of different places you can write it in or you can email it. So just want to make sure, because from time to time we have people say, I don't know how to nominate someone. I had something very good happen to me and wanted to share. So it looked like I'm reading something different than what you have up there, but it's not.
That's the website.
That's the website. So there's a hyperlink on the website.
Yeah.
Thank you. Why didn't you just say that to begin with?
This is the WC website.
This is the Westminster Canterbury website, not the resident website. Thank you for clarifying.
Okay.
All right. You can tell we rehearsed this just like the Christmas show. Moving on, in other news. Resident website is resident created and resident run website. There are places that staff, there's about 4 or 5 staff members that do insert stuff, but Bill Booz has been a heavy lift on this lately, and we've had other people in the past work on this. But obviously it's a way we communicate around here, very important. And we're asking if there's any volunteers who have some interest in being involved with this to please help with just various things. Please see Bill Booz. Bill's actually sitting back here in the middle and raised his hand. And if you'd like to help, we certainly could use some help with that, as some of our volunteers have retired from their work on the website.
Do you want to do the hyperlink?
For more details, visit the resident website, scroll down to seeking the help from the resident website, and I'm going to So on the resident website, there's information you can go to, and it talks about, good gosh, just helping supply information, writing some short pieces, website blogs, photos, and just helping with different photos, updates, various things across campus. So again, please see Bill. There's also some more information on the resident website here, so feel free to go to the website before you see him and see if you couldn't possibly have interest in helping and have the ability to do so. And then lastly, this time of year, people, obviously I've thanked you for your generosity with the Resident Christmas Fund, but also just need to remind people, no team member may accept gifts, tips, or loans from residents, resident family members, or others that compensate or reward an individual or team member. Gifts for food are only acceptable if donated for fair distribution among all team members, and only if the gift was not solicited or encouraged. Examples: 1 cookie, 1 piece of fruit, 1 piece of candy of nominal value is okay. A box of candy, cookies, donuts must be set out for all employees to share. Any item of value, money, a watch. What is that? Furniture. That was what kind of furniture? Is not. Please don't offer that. It's just something we need to say and ask a couple of times a year. That you just keep that in mind, because I know you like to do stuff for the people around you. All right, enough of me reading the website and things. Questions?
Thank you for our clean windows.
EVS, thank you for clean windows. I don't clean windows at home very much. I know we like them around here cleaned. So, any questions, comments? All right. I hope that you all have a happy Thanksgiving. If you're traveling, please be safe and enjoy some time, hopefully with family and friends. Have a good day. Thank you.
I'll help get this stuff down.